Hi, I'm Christina Applegate.
And I'm Jamie-Lynn Sigler.
And this is
Messy.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Messy. It's Christina.
Hello, it's Jamie.
And today, I'm already going to start to cry. See, that's what's so fucked about this when I have people that I care so deeply about on here.
I love that people you love so much just make you cry without you even uttering a word about them.
Yeah. So this person is my mom. She's my mommy. I spent more time with this woman than I did my own mother, and my mom knows that. It's okay. Nance, we're all good here. But this is my mom, my friend, my mentor, my safety net, Katey Sagal. Now you talk, because now I'm going to cry.
Oh, my Christina. Oh, I'm so glad to be here. And it has been so hard for us to schedule this. And, I'm not even quite sure. It's not like I'm super, busy. But anyway, I'm so glad we were finally able to.
Yeah.
Probably because I've been watching a lot of reality TV.
Okay, we could talk about that. We just found out before we started recording that my lady is in the Bravo universe. And that is something that Jamie and I are so completely obsessed with that it's actually an issue and a problem. And I don't leave the house for days at a time.
Every time I hear that somebody that I have respect for, I look at you, Katey, and you're a respectable human being. You are a brilliant actress, a wonderful human. And you watch reality TV, you make me feel better about myself.
Well, I'm a little new to the party, but I'm telling you, once I started, because here's my thing. I knit. That's one of the things I like to do. I'm a knitter. So, I just got back from South Africa where I was shooting on and off for 3 months, but they just kept me there. So I would knit and make my way through all those Housewives seasons. I mean, it's like my new meditation.
Yep.
It's my only thing I live for today. Today I caught up on Beverly Hills today.
Oh, I have not caught up yet. Okay.
I had 2 more to catch up.
I'm still catching up on Salt Lake City on season 5.
Oh, I'm so proud of you. Wow.
Not quite there yet. Even though my favorite, and I don't know if you girls know this one. Do you know Married at First Sight?
No.
Oh my God.
Okay.
You guys, this is a whole new door that's going to open.
Wow.
Okay. I'm going to share that with myself right now because do you watch Married to Medicine?
No, never seen that.
All right, there.
Married to Medicine. What is that premise? Married to a doctor?
Doctors, yeah. Mostly female doctors or women who are married to doctors, and they all live in Atlanta, and they know all the other people, and it's following them around. And what's so great about it is that they're kind to each other. They talk stuff out. So it's if you want to repose from
that's nice.
Everyone fucking yelling at each other, you can watch that and be like, I'm learning something.
Yeah, well, that's good. I mean, because those Bravo girls, it does. Well, I think what starts to get on me just a little bit is the amount of drinking. Even though everybody's now getting sober. I mean, a bunch of them are sort of sober. I think Kyle Richards is now sober. But, when I was first diving into, because now I've been through Beverly Hills, New York. I watched part of New Jersey, all of Salt Lake City. I mean, like a maniac, watching all of them. And because I find it, I mean, this is kind of an excuse, I suppose, but I find it such an interesting character study to watch people fucking sabotage themselves. And I mean, I'm just kind of amazed by what people do to themselves, which I don't know if that's being sort of sadistic, might be.
I heard somebody say once that it's like witnessing trauma at a safe distance.
That's a great way to put it. That is a great way to put it. I
feel like they're very brave. That must be why they have to drink a lot of the time. They're really exposing themselves.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, and now it's a little bit milder. I mean, those years where Lisa Rinna was there, and I mean, there was some hardcore drinking going on. And every week, every episode, I was just like, wow, well, everybody's really drunk. So,
yep. And the New York girls, with Dorinda and Countess.
Oh my!
I mean,
That was
Are they
some
not the
serious
best,
drinking.
though?
At Bluestone
Sonia.
Manor, like Sonia.
I miss Dorinda, and I even miss the Countess. I
Yep.
miss all the, I don't know
I
where
miss
those
them
ladies
too.
are. Because now the new one, I don't know who those girls are.
No, it's
On
not
the New York
clicking.
one.
It's
Right.
not working. You know what my dream is? And Katey, you're more than welcome to come with us. I would love to go to Countess Luann's cabaret show.
Does she do it in Los Angeles? Oh,
all over.
let's go.
Oh my God, we have
I want
to.
to see her. I want to see Erica Jane's show too. I'm kind of Erica Jane obsessed.
I'm pretty much obsessed with her.
I am too. And that whole journey with that old dude she was married to and the whole thing. I mean, I thought she
We
was
could
like
go
a
for
rock
hours
star.
talking. Yeah.
We really could. But for
I
the
know.
sake of our listeners, we'll wrap up the reality.
Okay,
chat
sorry.
For
But
just
it'll
a
always go
moment.
back
but
to it,
thank
Katey.
you
It
for indulging
always-
us.
So what should we talk about, girls?
Well, Jamie has questions because I know
Well,
things.
I was telling Christina earlier that I had the beautiful opportunity on Messy in our early days to have a conversation with Edie Falco, who was my mama in very many ways. And having this opportunity to reflect back on a very innocent and specific time in our lives and what our impressions were of each other and what our perspectives were of each other, and sort of then seeing how we've grown and what we've been through. And it was just, I felt like a really wonderful opportunity, not to force that on the two of you, but I, as somebody that is such a fan of you both and was Married with Children was like my show with my older brothers that we watched. Like I loved it. It was an important time in my life. You guys were saying things in a way that was humorous, that smart people that aren't smart weren't catching on of what you guys were really, exposing and talking about, which was amazing. But aside from that, I would just love to know back then, what was your perspective of little Christina? What was she like back then?
Little Christina. I never thought of little Christina as little Christina. And that's sort of a mixed bag. I first of all, she had maturity beyond her years. So I would say in the old soul category, but there was also a part of her that I wished was able to be little, to be an innocent, like 16-year-old. Because what I learned about Christina, first of all, she had worked way more than I had worked. I had worked as a musician most of my life, and Married with Children was like my big, whatever. And there's Christina, who has been working since, I don't know, I think weren't she the Gerber baby, like 2 or something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, little.
So there's Christina with all her experience. I mean, she definitely had some immature moments as a teenager, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
But I hope so.
Yes. Well, exactly, because I always felt very much like Christina grew up very quickly and had a sense of maturity about her that was beyond her years. And like I said, there was part of me that felt like, oh, I want her to be a little girl too. And I think sometimes around me, she could feel that way. And she was, let's see, Christina, and I also thought that Christina was extremely bright, very smart, playing Kelly Bundy, who was like not the brightest bulb, but she, very bright, very funny, very, what would I say, nurturing with David. I mean, I thought she really took care of David. And, I mean, there's so many things on and on. I love Christina. And, I watched her have all the bad boyfriends and, sort of know they were the bad boyfriends, but, kind of work her way through it. I remember Ed and I both not wanting to get involved, but being like, oh man, here's this one.
Yeah.
So, those are some of my impressions. I can be more specific, but.
No, you don't have to. I was thinking because for me, you were just you were a safe space for me. And I know you were newly in the game of what in personal life, right?
Oh, newly sober. I was newly sober. I was 4 months sober when I got that job.
4 months sober. And what made you so comforting to me is that you had lived. you had lived a lot of life, and a lot of scarring and things had taken place, and now you were on that side of strength, and I needed that. I needed that so badly in my life, was a stable person. And you were that stability to me always. I always knew if I came to you with something or I cried that you would comfort me, that I'd feel safe.
Oh, honey. Yeah. Well, you know, a lot of that, it's so interesting because I was so new to my own inner journey, because I was new to my own recovery journey. But along with that, I was learning very rapidly how to be honest with myself and to how important that is for all of us to be that way. And I did have that sense that there was nobody really for you to, I guess what I'm saying is I became very forthright with my journey, which I think opens the door for other people, i.e. you, Chrissy, to be forthright with yours. And, you know, as you're saying, I provided a safe space for you, you were also providing that for me, because I was learning so much about myself as a person that you would think would be a mature person. You know, I started using drugs and alcohol when I was really young, when I was 15. So when I got sober, it was almost like I was 15. So I felt like, you know, I had sort of a youthful, I could relate to you. I could absolutely relate to the pieces of you. And so I want to say that the safety you were feeling was also the umbrella of recovery. That's kind of what you were feeling, because that was the umbrella around me. And and I was terrified. When I got to that job, you guys had all worked. I mean, I didn't know what was going on. I was just like, whoa.
Wow.
And
Because you
yet
had
at the
just
same
done
time,
singing before that?
she was so confident. That's the other thing though, Katey, like you'd never
Full of
know
shit.
it because full of shit. But it was like, I remember the first day I met you. You were wearing these jeans, the way you looked in these jeans and this white t-shirt. It was tucked in, and your body, like everything about you was just cool. Like I was like, she is fucking cool and knows who she is. And damn, I want to be her when I grow up. So,
oh, that's so sweet. Oh. And I was truly doing the fake it till you make it. I mean, I was absolutely, you know, it's kind of why I think sometimes I'm an actor, you know, because I mean, it's a combination of knowing how to, you know, just fake your way through shit, and just, you know, I've learned so much about walking through fear, and you know, being able to manage myself in very small small increments, so that I can walk through fear. So I think, you know, I was serious into one day at a time at that point. I mean, I am still. However, that was a new process for me. So I was able to really show up, you know, in small increments. But inside, I was nervous.
But I feel like the only way to ever get anywhere is fake it till you make it, right? Because I think once you have an idea of a better way or an easier way or a more forgiving for yourself and graceful way, like you just have to fake it till you make it till you get there. And I think it was, how many years was the show? Was Married with Children?
11 years.
11, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what a beautiful gift to have all, I can imagine. Did the show feel like a safe place while you explored things for yourself?
Well, it did for me. I mean, I'm sure we all had different experiences. I mean, I had my children while I was on that show. I had, you know, an unfortunate stillbirth child while I was on that show. It was really, and, you know, our bosses, particularly Ron Levitt, made it so safe and comfortable for me to be able to, you know, have my real life. You know, I got married. No, I don't know if I actually married him. I had babies, but I don't know if I'd gotten, I think I was. I think I got married. Christina's
Wait,
like, let's see.
did you?
No, I did. I think I ran off to Nashville and married Jack.
You did something secret-y.
Yeah, I did it secret-y.
Yeah.
And so for me, it was very safe. I felt, you know, it's like in what we do, to have a series it's kind of like a 9 to 5. I mean, it's the closest we ever get to that.
Yeah.
And, most people in their careers, they have sort of a linear path. We as actors don't have that. We're just sort of nuts a little bit, and I'm not sure what Christina's feeling about all that is, but I think she felt pretty safe over there with some of us.
Safe with some people.
Yeah.
You and Eddie obviously were very important to me, but Ed and I had our moments where through the years where I was on a very spiritual path and I didn't like negative, his humor was a little too much for me, where I was just a little bit full of my spiritual journey up my own ass. Anyway,
it was sweet.
Now I am him.
Now you are a full edgy asshole at times.
Yes, very much so. I am so excited to share with you guys C15 from Fatty 15, the very first essential fatty acid to be discovered in 90 years. It's an incredible scientific breakthrough to support our long-term health and wellness, and you guessed it, aging. Fatty 15 co-founder Dr. Stephanie Venn Watson discovered C15 while working with the U.S. Navy to continually improve the health and welfare of aging dolphins. So this eventually led to studies finding the first new nutritional deficiency in 75 years called cellular fragility syndrome, caused by a lack of the essential fatty acid C15. Now, that study literally just came out this year. As many as 1 in 3 people worldwide may have low C15 levels and cellular fragility syndrome. Thankfully, C15 repairs age-related damage to cells, protects them from future breakdown, and activates pathways in the body that help regulate our sleep, our mood, and natural repair mechanisms that support our overall health. Fatty 15 is a science-backed, award-winning, vegan, patented, 100% pure C15 supplement. It's vegan-friendly, free of flavors, fillers, allergens, or preservatives. Fatty 15 is on a mission to replenish your C15 levels and restore your long-term health. Now, here's the deal. You can get an additional 15% off their 90-day subscription starter kit by going to fatty15.com/messy and using code MESSY at checkout. Support for Messy comes from Mudwater. Now, I'm going to say this to you guys because this is how I feel. It's spelled Mudwater, WTR. Now that we've got that squared away, it's March. Spring is creeping in, and I'm all about shaking off the winter funk and resetting my routine. And if you're like me, you're craving a little fresh energy and focus as the seasons change. Look, I get it. Coffee is a go-to, but those jitters and the afternoon crash, no bueno. No, thank you. Mudwater has been such a game changer. It's not your average cup of joe. It's a cozy mix of cacao, chai, turmeric, and adaptogenic mushrooms to help you feel focused and balanced, not wired. Every single ingredient in Mudwater's products are 100% USDA certified organic, non-GMO, gluten-free, vegan, and kosher. There's also 0 sugar, no sweeteners added. To use Mudwater, you simply drop the powder into your favorite mug, pour some water on it, and give it a mix. Some go wild, add creamer, honey, or even CBD. Ready to make the switch to cleaner energy? Head to mudwater.com and grab your starter kit today. Right now, our listeners get an exclusive deal up to 43% off your entire order, plus free shipping and a free rechargeable frother. Game changer, by the way. When you use code MESSY, that's right, up to 43% off with MESSY at MUDWTR.com. After your purchase, they'll ask how you found them. Please show your support and let them know we sent you. Keep your energy natural and refreshing all year long with Mudwater, because life is too short for anything less than clean, delicious energy. You know, playing that character kind of did things to me in my psyche that were no bueno. But
how so? Like what? Being a sex symbol
anorexia?
at 16? Oh,
anorexia.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Pretty bad eating disorder started when I was
Right.
doing that show. That lasted for a really long time.
Did
Well,
you
you were
talk
so-
about
And-
that at all with anybody?
Mm-mm,
No.
mm-mm. I was very, very private about it. I would hide in bathrooms to eat because I had so much shame around eating
Yeah.
that I would hide in like on the airplanes when we went to like London. I
Right.
remember like hiding in there to eat one shrimp because I was so afraid if anyone saw me eat that they'd think I was going to try to get fat or something. I don't know. I was in such a dark space, but
See, I didn't know all that. I
yeah,
didn't really.
I kept everything close to the chest.
You're
you
a
know?
good secret
There's a lot
keeper.
of stuff that happened in the wings in my life that you guys didn't know about. Really
You were
bad
very
stuff.
much scrutinized. You were scrutinized for all that shit. You were the sex symbol. And I think to be a sex symbol at, what are you, 18, 19, whatever, is like
17.
17, just got to fuck with your head. And it was a very, it was a very misogynistic show, which at the time I remember feeling like, you know what, this isn't my opinion. So people would ask like, why are you so okay with making these misogynistic jokes? I didn't take it on because I'm just acting. It's not my point of view.
Right.
So I was able to really keep that separation. But Chrissy was very much scrutinized and tried to keep in a box. And I'm sure the upper echelon was wanting you to be skinny, was wanting, that was
Of
the
course
pressure.
they did.
So, they'd put her in tighter skirts and shorter skirts and blah, 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 blah. So there was a lot of that.
Which was all my idea,
Right?
because I saw that girl in that documentary series, the movie, Decline of the Western Civilization, the Metal Years.
That's right. I
And she
remember you
was
talking about
wearing
that.
one of those dresses, those
Oh, I
tight
didn't-
dresses. Oh my God, you don't know this?
No.
When we started the show, do you remember I was 15 and she was like biker. Like Kelly Bundy was like biker girl.
Yeah. She was bikery.
And she was bikery. She was more like with bikers, and then she wasn't really stupid. She was kind of tough.
Right.
And I saw this woman, and I've been telling the story for years because at some point she's got to find me. Please find me, woman. And they asked her what was next for her because she had just won Miss Gazzari's. And she said, I want to continue my modeling and my actressing. And she had this big fucking hair and the white Lycra dress. And I went to the wardrobe department and I said, we're changing this. We got to represent the zeitgeist of this like rock slutty video vixen thing that's going on in the world right now with where all the men and the women all look the same, they all have the same hairdos.
Yeah.
So that's where she came from. So I kind of shot myself
Right.
in the foot.
I did too. I put myself in some pretty tight clothes, and that was my idea. I was sort of like, whoa. And then you're stuck in those tight clothes.
People don't know that. Like, can you explain how you came up with Peggy? Because I can't.
Well,
it's so cool. But just the whole thing is just so.
She was written as sort of slovenly, like laying around, eating bonbons. She's supposed to be kind of a slob. And I got the sides and I was like, I don't want to do that. So I came to the audition sort of dolled up. Like I wore a tight dress and I wore little like cat eye glasses. And I had my hair up and I was a bit of a rocker. So, I just kind of went with that sort of vintagey look. And they bought it and they liked it. And so, because to me, in the whole thing, it's like Al and Peg were at each other's throats so much. They must have had something going on. Like there must have been some hot sexual something somewhere. So they were cool with that and they ran with it. And then I was able to, kind of dictate some of the wardrobe to Marnie. Was it Marty? Marnie?
Oh God, please no.
Okay. I was able to dictate some of that and, tease up her hair. And I just wanted her to be more dolled up. And then I was stuck that way.
And then yeah, like then when we're like.
And then what's interesting, Chrissy, what you just said is, did you notice that over the years how they dumbed down both of us?
So
all
dumb.
Of a sudden, we were so stupid.
Yeah.
And we didn't start stupid.
No. Kelly couldn't open a door once. She didn't know how to turn the thing. I was like, are we really going here? Like, this is what's happened now? Like, she can't open a door? But for 10 years, she was opening many doors to hoots and hollers from the audience. And then she was like,
it was wild. It was really, yeah.
Well,
sometimes
they changed hands. So I think a lot of hand changing, like writers and showrunners and stuff changed. So their perspective of it was just not coming from the organic space that Ron and Michael, I think, intended.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. And it just got a little, Eddie and I used to always, towards the end there, it was like we kept telling the same joke. Remember? I mean, it was just like, how many times can we But this is what I do remember. Ed and I had both struggled a lot in our younger years. And I'll never forget Christina saying to us, I just want to have a regular job. I just want to go and, I don't know, work in a restaurant or, a department store or something regular. And Ed and I would just die laughing not behind your back, but maybe to your face, maybe behind your back, because it was just like, oh my God, if she only knew those shit jobs. But I understood where she was coming from. She'd been working her entire life. Yeah. She did not know anything other than that life. And so, but for us, it was kind of like we were hanging on for dear life that show would never get canceled. We were just like, oh my God, please, one more year. Because we had experienced the very lean years. So that was kind of a different thing. I don't know about you, Jamie, but were you working as a young child person?
Yes, and I was doing a ton of community theater on Long Island and sort of building up my experiences that way, but in public school with my friends. So and even when Sopranos started, I was in high school. So I would film in New York and go back to my school in Long Island. So I really had a balance of normalcy. But I can sympathize with Christina and kind of understand what she was trying to say in in those words, because I can only imagine not like it's you feel sort of disconnected from society in a way, or that you've missed out because it's a time that you can't get back.
Yeah, I just wanted to be normal, man.
Yeah.
I just wanted to have
when you got
emancipated.
I remember when you got emancipated and you graduated early, and it was just it was like, wow, this is so different than the way I grew up. Just high school and friends and weirdness and boys. And I mean, it was just a very different way to grow up. And
I didn't have any of that. I was in school with Dave.
I know. And Christina, Christina's one of the few that have made it through. I mean, I really think it's a very tough, that child star road is like, man. And Christina, you just made the transition seamlessly, which is not the experience of a lot of people. So
yeah, but I honestly, I think it's because of you and Ed. I really do. And because no one really treated us special. Does that make sense? Not for you guys. I'm saying we were such black sheep that there was no place for all that other bullshit to get in the way, like the ego and the, thinking that you're better than everyone else. And I think that's what happens to these young kids, that they get treated better. I think I've told this story before, that I was so sick one time, and one of our stage managers, I said, do you mind if you could get me an orange juice? I think I had 104 fever. This was when you went to work with 104 fever, no matter what. And she goes, you have legs. And I'll never forget that as long as I live. And I always think I have them now, but they're not so much fun anymore.
Aww.
But no, I was like, oh yeah, you can do it for yourself.
Well, it was more that vibe that we weren't friends at all. We were not friends. We were still on a network that wasn't quite a network.
Oh, I thought you meant we weren't friends. You and I weren't friends. I was like,
no, I meant the show.
Yeah, we weren't.
I meant the show friends. In other words, we were not like the darlings of whatever network that was. We were the black sheep of television. We were like, I mean, I don't think we even knew that we were successful till after the third season. I didn't know until they bought me a wig. I was kind of like, oh, I guess maybe we can afford a wig now.
Yeah.
So for the first 3 years, I was ratting my own hair up. And then they finally kind of, but that is a good way to look at it, Chrissy. That's kind of true. We weren't treated as special. We were oddballs, really.
Yes.
Black sheep.
Yeah. And
So,
so that, I mean, for me, like just coming out of there, that was, I still felt, and I always do feel like this, and I don't know if you feel like this, I always feel like I'm still working so hard to just do anything.
oh,
Like nothing has ever come easy, ever, for me,
100%.
ever.
Yep. Me too.
And people have an idea of what your life is because they see you and they're like, oh, it must be so easy and fancy. And it's like, I feel like I've put that in front of myself that everything is hard. Like I have to work hard for everything. I don't know. I'm going on a tangent.
Well, on the flip side,
Jamie?
though, but on the flip side, because I have had a very deep-rooted belief for a long time that I'm trying to rework, where I thought, like, it has to be hard in order to feel like you earned it. I grew up with a lot of guilt for having the life that I had compared to the life that my parents had, which was, like, very traumatic and difficult. And I don't think they were meaning to put guilt upon me, but I was constantly reminded of how easy I had it compared to them. So I also think there's something to be said about like working hard for things and earning them, and like I think it does feed a healthy part of you, because on the flip side you could be somebody like me that just like has a fucked up view of it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, I think you can create a narrative for yourself.
Right.
That, especially if you're sort of feeling shame-based about your success as compared to the rest of your family, you can create a narrative, which, I mean, some of these, it is hard really at times. And there are times when it's not. There are times when, you answer the phone and you've gotten something that you want to do. And that's the rare time. But I understand that narrative of trying to make it look harder. I tried to do that for my children. Because as raising my kids, who are now 2 of them are actors, one of them is just going off to college and hopefully she's going to be like a botanist. But but the 2, I remember
Wait a minute.
No.
Who's going to college? No.
Esme.
No, she's not.
She's a senior in high school.
Sadie was in preschool with her. Katey.
No. Sadie came to preschool after her. You got the preschool from us. Because that's where Esme went.
But wasn't Esme there when Sadie came to visit it?
She came as to show Sadie around.
Okay. All right. Support for Messy comes from Public Rec. Usually when you order comfortable pants, you only get to pick from small, medium, large, and extra large sizes. But with Public Rec pants, you get to select the exact width and length you need. Whether you're a 30 by 30 or a 44 by 36, you can find your perfect fitting pants. Public Rec pants come in so many unique colorways. From navy, dark olive, stone gray, you're sure to find the right color for you. Their proprietary blend of performance materials provides the perfect combination of breathability and stretch while still holding its form. You'll never want to take them off. Public Rec pants deliver unmatched comfort and style, making them perfect for any occasion. Whether you're heading to work, grabbing dinner with friends, going on a date night, running weekend errands, or a long day of travel. Comfortable enough for the couch, sharp enough for the city, guys. For a limited time, you can get 20% off at Public Rec by using code MS at checkout. Just head to publicrec.com. Use code MS and you're all set. Oh, and when they ask how you found them, be sure to mention our show. It really helps us out. Upgrade to Public Rec and feel the difference. publicrec.com. Use code MS. Support for Messy comes from Honeylove. Spring is finally upon us. And as we regain the will to leave our homes and get back into the wedding season swing, it's time to get dressed up again. And a great outfit always starts with great shapewear. Let's be real. No one has time for shapewear that feels uncomfortable or restrictive. Luckily, you don't have to settle for that. Today's episode is brought to you by Honeylove, the brand that's completely reimagined shapewear. Honeylove uses targeted compression to sculpt and smooth where you want it and ease off where you don't. That means that it's super effective and comfortable to wear all day long. It's shapewear that works with your body, not against it. The difference. You feel it and see it immediately. Plus, flexible boning in the side seams prevents it from rolling up or down because that's ugly. so you'll never have to sneakily adjust yourself in public ever again. Plus, their shapewear features lingerie-inspired design details that you'll want to show off. Honeylove's best-selling Superpower Short is the go-to. It has targeted compression technology that distinguishes between areas where you want more support and areas you need less compression. They also make the most comfortable bras. I love them. Treat yourself to the most comfortable shapewear on earth and save 20% off site-wide at honeylove.com/messy. Use our exclusive link to get 20% off honeylove.com/messy. After you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Treat yourself to Honeylove because you deserve it.
But anyway, I was just saying that the narrative that I really tried to portray to my kids, because I knew they were both super talented, the older two, I was like, well, every time it was hard, like I wouldn't get the job, I'd really make a point of letting them know that, it doesn't, like, I remember them thinking that they always go to the airport in a black car. And I was like, oh, that's not good. Yeah. Meaning somebody's always going to pick us up and take us to the airport in the black car. So I really tried to create the narrative of when it's hard, it's really hard because it's true.
Yeah. It's really important. Yeah.
It is important. And, to grow up with parents that, I don't know, I always had this philosophy that show business's job is to make it look easy. Show business's job is to entertain people and to make it look like it just showed up in your living room and it was glamour. It was all those things. That's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to be of service to people, to entertain. So I think the big, there is sort of a behind the curtains. We're not supposed to act like it's as hard as it is. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. And that kind of sucks, but it's the way it is. But, I don't know what
the good news is that we all know that.
Yeah.
Right. We have community that knows that, but it's almost like show business is doing its job by making it look easy.
This is true. Wow. I wanted to ask you too, about the parenting stuff too, is because I think I've created a monster too, in the sense of, we were on a flight once and it was not a first class flight. It was, coach seat, and the little one,
Sadie, wasn't happy.
5, she was not having it. It was like, Mama, this is broken. This seat is broken. It doesn't go back. I want to lay down. And I was like, shh, quiet.
Oh, I hear you.
People fly. And I don't know where that came from. I don't know. I mean, I guess I gave her. I mean, she was living in my life, and but I had worked hard, and I didn't grow up in a rich house. I grew up in a teeny tiny 750 square foot house, and it was run down. And so I worked hard myself to provide this for myself and for her. And I feel guilty about it because now I feel like she expects that sometimes. She's getting a little better. We have conversations about it. But I was wondering, like, for you growing up, did they provide tools for you, or were you raising yourself?
Well, I grew up well off. I grew up, my father was a director, and he was, by the time I was in high school, he was pretty well established. But there were 5 kids and my mother, who was sick all of my life. And so there were a lot of bills. So it never felt extra extravagant, but there were always like somebody around to take care of the kids because my mother was kind of incapable of taking care of 5 kids. So I grew up that way, but I never I don't have generational wealth. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't have that thing where I was left a bunch of stuff when both my parents passed away. I was like, I didn't have a lot of tools and I just had to figure it out. But it was, it was in my 20s. So I had to, I had to figure it out. And my kids, our kids, they have to figure out some stuff, but it's definitely a different learning curve when you are used to, the lifestyle that we were able to make for ourselves, Chrissy. I mean, we were able to, I look at my lifestyle now and I'm just so happy that I'm comfortable. I really feel a lot of gratitude for it. And I also know I worked my ass off for it.
Mm-hmm.
My kids, they have that. I mean, like Jackson, who's got his own series. I'm going to give it a plug. It's called Tell Me Lies.
We were
I
gonna,
love it so much.
It was
I'm
coming
gonna
up.
ask you
It was
about
coming
it later
up.
about being on it, please. He's
Yes.
so wonderful in it, by the way.
Isn't he great?
So wonderful.
Yes.
He's so
He's
good.
great. And he's very, very proud of the fact that he didn't, he hates that whole Nepo baby thing, blah, blah, blah. And he didn't lean into any of that. He has a different last name than me, and a lot of people don't know that he's my kid. And he really, takes a lot of pride in that, as does Sarah, my daughter, does as well. But, there's some sort of, they grew up a certain way. So they like nice things. They just do. And, what are you going to do? I mean, now they're both learning that they have to get their own nice things, and that's not always easy. But they also have in the back of their head, which I never had, Chrissy never had, they have a net. They just have a net.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different way. And I'm sure your kids too, Jamie. Do you have kids, Jamie? I don't even know.
I have two little boys. They're 11 and 7.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So we provide for them, which is fantastic. But you also don't want to cripple them. There's a way to, one of my girlfriends says, we just don't want to cripple them. And I know a lot of us gals in this position that have done some of that, have crippled some of our kids.
I think,
by giving them too much.
But when you spoke before briefly about like how you just were learning how to live honestly, and that was really like the only way. I can only imagine that like informed your parenting. That's definitely where what I'm trying to do with my kids is be accountable when I mess up. Because I had someone once tell me it's never about the rip, it's about the repair, and being honest about as much as I can that I believe that they can handle. Because I think for us, at least for me as a child, there's a lot of things that were kept from us. So there's a lot of questions in your mind. And so no matter what the circumstances, I feel like you were saying, honesty is the only way.
It's the only way. It gets, here's my funny story. I always talked openly about sex and drugs with my kids, always, just kind of, I gave them information on an as needed basis.
Great.
That
I was going to
the
say,
best
tell me
advice
how.
I ever got.
Well, I'm almost there.
It was kind of as an as needed, as they would request. Like I wouldn't overload them, but I do remember at one point, because, this generation, which is different than mine, maybe it was your generation, but, boys and girls have sleepovers in high school. Like they, yes, they do.
What?
They'll have sleepovers. They'll have, at least when my older two were in high school, like sex was coming into the story much younger. I remember telling them both, like, look, when you're old enough and you want to have sex, you need to tell me, because we need to talk about getting protection. We need to talk about all this stuff. And I'll never forget when Jackson was 16 years old. He comes to me like on the day. I'm ready, Mom. I'm ready.
Jesus.
And I was like, oh, okay. So I took him down to Kurt, who's their stepdad, and we had the conversation, and I had a girlfriend at the time. And I remember, it was the time when all the parents talked about that shit. Like, you guys will get there. It was like, okay, our kids are in the 11th grade and, they're boyfriend and girlfriend, and they want to explore things. So for me, that was the backseat of a car. And I'm not sure that was like the best place to be, even though it was kind of exciting, I must say, the backseat of a car.
How did we do that then?
I don't know.
But
Sadie read my diary from when I was 13, and I had forgotten something I had written in there that was, I can't even say it out loud because my mom would Child Protective Services and she'd be taken away for allowing this to happen to her child. Not a bad, like a scary thing. Like I was consenting to an act. And Sadie read it and she was like, Mom, you were 13 when that happened. And I was like, yeah. And so because of that, when she had a sleepover like a year ago and a boy was here during the sleepover.
Mm-hmm.
And I was down the stairs to the living room like 50 times in the middle of the night, 4 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the morning, and he was kind of cuddled up to one of the girls, and I was flipping out. I was like, this isn't right. Like, I was so protective because I was like, at 13, was being raised by no one. No,
Right.
I love you, Mom, but no, seriously.
13 is young. That's really young.
It wasn't that.
No, I'm sure it was, yeah. It was another orifice. But no, we also, me too. I started young and nobody knew it. And I didn't know what was happening. And, it was almost like a contest in high school, like to see who could get to whatever base first. But now it's different, and I didn't want my kids, I want, I just have open dialogue with all of it. Open dialogue,
so
now,
smart.
Esme's about to go to college and we talk a lot about, do not do drugs, period. She's grown up in a household of no alcohol. So, we're going to let her try some alcohol before she goes to college. Only because I don't think the first experience should be at a frat party with a keg or whatever.
No.
Sure.
She should kind of know what that is. But we do have drugs are so dangerous now and laced with all kinds of things. And they know that. I mean, my daughter knows that. And I think in schools, it's really highlighted a lot. But
they have at school, they have the Narcan kits there.
They have
and Sadie knows about everything. Sadie and I talk so honestly and openly about drugs. And she knows that my stance on she will be, for lack of a better term, killed and whoever gave it to her killed as well. Just those things, like horrible threat, terrible mom threat. But she knows that that's a no.
Support for Messy comes from Sleep Number. There's a reason the Sleep Number Smart Bed is the #1 best bed for couples. It's because you can each choose what's right for you, whenever you like. Firmer or softer on either side? Sleep Number does that. One side cooler and the other side warmer? Sleep Number does that too. You have to feel it to believe it. Find the bed that's for both of you only at a Sleep Number store. We spend so much time in our bed, you guys, and we know our rest is important for our recovery, for our strength, for our energy. There is no reason why you should feel like you need to compromise when it comes to your sleep. And 9 out of 10 couples say that they sleep better on a Sleep Number Smart Bed. You can adjust the firmness on each side. It also helps keep you asleep because the Sleep Number Smart Beds automatically respond and they adjust to your movements so you sleep comfortably all night long. Can you imagine getting full body support all night long? So then in turn, it improves your sleep quality. It also can keep you cool throughout the night because the new Sleep Number Climate Cool Smart Bed lets you adjust up to 15 degrees cooler on either side. So it's perfect for couples who struggle with sleeping too hot. So why choose a Sleep Number Smart Bed? So you can choose your ideal comfort on either side. The only smart bed that lets you make each side firmer or softer whenever you like your Sleep Number setting. Sleep Number Smart Beds start at $9.99, exclusively at a Sleep Number store near you. See store or sleepnumber.com for details.
Messy is sponsored by BetterHelp. All right, let's talk numbers. Traditional in-person therapy can cost anywhere from $100 to $250 per session, which adds up fast. But with BetterHelp online therapy, you can save on average up to 50% per session. With BetterHelp, you pay a flat fee for weekly sessions, saving you big on cost and on time. Therapy should feel accessible, not like some luxury. With online therapy, you get quality care at a price that makes sense and can help you with anything from anxiety to everyday stress. Your mental health is worth it, and now it's within reach. I'm just going to say it. I started doing therapy at 13 years old because 13-year-olds got a lot of stuff that's going on. And for me, it's about talking to someone that isn't your parent or your best friend and not someone who's going to judge what you're saying. You get to be in a safe space with someone who hears you, who understands you, and you can talk about things that you're afraid to talk to anyone else about. It's helpful for learning positive coping skills and how to set boundaries. It empowers you to be the best version of yourself. It isn't just for those who've experienced major trauma. It's not. It's for everyday people, everyday life stuff. And life has got stuff. All lives have some stuff. So therapy is so imperative, I believe, in order for us to just get through a normal day. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 5 million people globally. It's convenient, too. You can join a session with the click of a button, helping you fit therapy into your busy life, plus switch therapists at any time. Your well-being is worth it. Visit betterhelp.com/messy to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/messy.
My thing, I just don't want anybody to feel shame. I felt a lot of shame growing up. Shame about my body, shame about, giving away my body just to anybody, really. I mean, I was a little bit like, just love me no matter what I'll do. I mean, I was not great with self-esteem. So my conversations about it are a lot around, get to know somebody, know that they like you, that you're super special, and that, not in a unique, but you're this is a special thing that you are. So don't give it away. Don't give it away lightly. And the conversations are more around that, because I feel like if they have the self-esteem to know who they are, they're not going to be so easy to want to be loved by everybody they meet. I was just like major people pleaser. Please love me. Please love me. Sure, I'll do that. Sure, I'll do this. Sure, I'll do that. Just like feeling like a piece of shit, is basically where that comes from. So I think if we raise our children to not feel that way, and there's a balance, you don't want to be a queen, but you want to be right-sized and realize that, you're a valuable human being. I think that then you tend to make better choices for yourself.
What is that? Why do we do that?
What, the people-pleasing thing?
Yeah, we talk about this a lot, and there's and bringing it to our MS, there's been some studies that show that a certain personality trait is the people that are getting MS.
Yeah.
And
is people-pleasing?
One of 5, right? Perfectionism, people-pleasing.
Interesting.
So it's all based in trauma. Like that's a trauma, because you're living
like
life
turning anger and things inward.
Right. Right.
Keeping things inside, not expressing what you're going through, covering things up. Yeah.
Well, that makes perfect sense to me. And why do we do that? I think we do that because it's a sense of, for some reason, as children, we felt unwanted, unloved. We felt alone. I don't know. Everybody's got a different circumstance. I know with me, I had a kind of a rageful father, and mom was sick, and nobody was like minding the store, really. So I never got that sense. People liked me on a conditional basis. Like if I came home and had good grades, which was very rare, I got like some kind of perky love bubble, but it was conditional. It was sort of like, and I'm sure we raise our children very differently. I mean, they know we love them, fuck ups and all. And because they all, we all do, we all fuck up.
Yeah.
But I think it's ingrained for me, I can just talk for myself, from feeling unlovable as a kid. And, I had to earn it. I had to earn the right to just be a human being, which, as a human being, you're born lovable. That's baseline. And, when you grow up feeling like you got to, be a circus monkey to get people to pay attention to you or show attention or whatever, you're going to get really good at it. You're going to get really good at giving people what they want, because we all want to be loved. So when you say, where does that come from? I believe for myself, that's where that comes from. I still can fall into it. I can still not speak up for myself in a way that, because I don't want to rock the boat, or I want to be liked. I want to just, and now at my age, and I'm getting old, I'm getting better at it. And I can still see strides, when I, even with my husband, when he'll do something shitty and like, my impulse is to just go like, oh, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Now I'll just kind of say, hey, that was really shitty.
Mm-hmm.
And, I know it sounds so lame, but it's like,
No,
for me,
it doesn't.
Not.
it's
Oh my God,
totally growth.
I literally
growth.
just started doing that since I got MS.
Oh.
Because MS gives you a license to go, you're a fucking dick face. Like, why are you talking to me like that? Like, I live in a hell. Fuck off. Nope. Don't want to hear it. Blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm such an asshole now. It's beautiful because I always was like that way of, I've got to be perfect. I've got to show up on time. I've got to do all the things I've been told to do and then coming into this, it's like, no.
Well, it's so interesting. It sounds like a maturity lesson, what you guys are going through. It sounds like what you learn when you're finally in your 60s and you're like, you know what? I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. So it's almost like on a speed track by having, because it isn't all about mortality, right? So
I'm almost 60. I'm getting there. I'm really close. I know it's weird for you.
You're not there.
I'm 53.
That's not there.
I'm almost there.
No, you're not even over 55.
Sorry.
There you go.
I just wanted to, okay, thank you.
Anyway, I think it's kind of, I'm sure as you deal with a life-threatening illness, which as an alcoholic, I deal with a life-threatening illness, it brings into the forefront of your brain your own mortality. So you're familiar, like I remember losing my parents when I was really young. And so I understood that, people die. Like this ends. A lot of people don't know that. They don't really even think about it till, I don't know, I've thought about it since I'm in my 20s. So there's a certain maturity that I'm sure having the illness that you girls both do that has forced you in probably some really great ways to, like, this is it, man. This is the moment, so, don't get in my face about it. And, here's the fine line though. The fine line is to tell people they're full of shit in a kind and loving way.
Yes.
Of course.
Always
That's
nice.
the fine line.
Always in a good way. With a little fuck off in it.
A little fuck off, but you don't want to walk away from a situation just feeling like, I'm a shitty person. We've done enough of that. I think you want to walk away from a situation knowing that you've been authentic and you've been honest, but that I'm all about like doing it in a kind and loving way. And,
absolutely.
You can draw a boundary that way.
In my head, I'm saying go fuck yourself.
Oh, yeah. But that's okay.
Okay. But just to be clear to our listeners, I don't walk around just telling everyone to go suck a dick. I'm literally thinking it.
She's only thinking it.
But just allowing the other person to stand up.
Maybe it's
to
showing
advocate
on your
for myself.
face like a little bit.
It's like, this is my barometer, just a little like, ugh. But to advocate for oneself, and I don't think a lot that women do that for themselves very often. Because
I think that's so interesting about the correlation between MS and hiding your feelings and eating your feelings, because it's a nerve. It's a nerve damage. Yes,
they're scars. Yeah,
scars.
Well, where else could that energy go? Right?
Exactly.
If you're not expressing it, if you're not directing it at something or someone or releasing it, it has to go somewhere.
Right.
But it's also it's in the name, dis-ease. It's dis-ease.
Yes. It's dis-ease.
It's like cancer with stress, and But what we talk about sometimes, everyone always wants to say, "Well, what were you doing to get it?" And you're like, "I don't know. Ask my fucking past," because apparently that is what's happened. That they're also seeing like some other like medical stuff with like hypothyroidism and weird stuff. But for us to see that, like, I want to make sure that my daughter always knows that she can advocate for herself, because I want her to be okay, in this life.
Right.
And by holding those things in. Anyway, so it's a neurological disease. We have lesions either on spine or on the brain that look like scars. They look like scars of life. So
wow,
that's kind of
well, that's what the name is. It's multiple scars. It's like what
multiple
the name
sclerosis. Yes, that's how we say it. Sorry.
Yeah, how do you say it? Say it again.
Multiple sclerosis. Because I hate saying it because I like to pretend that I don't have it.
Right, I know.
Well, Katey, what have been like some of those sources of like inspiration or strength that's given you the permission or guided you just to be more authentic and be more honest? Like, what of those things that you've leaned on in your life to help you get there?
Well, I'm a person that for probably the first 30 years of my life, didn't deal with shit. I medicated myself to where I didn't really deal with my emotion. Like my parents died. I had cancer in my 20s. I mean, a bunch of shit happened and I didn't really deal with it. And then, I stopped medicating myself and now I have no choice but to deal with it. And so I think that just the principles of the way not the way I have to, it's the way I choose to live my life. But in order to stay unafraid, to walk in faith, to be a person that, can look at the dark sides and really process them. I've learned this way that I live my life, which I think that's been the biggest inspiration because, the brave part of living a sober life is that, life's fucking terrifying and you got to look at it. And what I have found around community around all that is I know lots of people that have walked through everything I've walked through. So, the opposite of addiction is community. And so when I say I've learned so much from the people around me, everything that I've had to go through, divorce, death, blah, 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 losing this one, illness, all of it. There's somebody that's walked through that I am able to see how they did it. And for me, not being parented a lot, that's been really helpful, is to be able to have the humility to say, hey, I don't know how to do this. And you did it. How did you do that? So I think that I can't point to one major person. It's just a perception of life, I think, that I have embraced and had to embrace because I too have a life-threatening illness.
Yeah, you do. And
that's how I look at it.
I was going to ask you what music played a part. What part did that play for you? Because and I'm going to go on record, everyone, if you can find anything with Katey singing, you'll understand my statement. One of my favorite singers ever on the planet, and has been since I was a kid. So, and now I'm old.
Well, music became like my best friend as a kid. I had no real friends. I was kind of weird. But I could sing and I could play the guitar and and so it became kind of an identity for me. I remember going to Girl Scout meetings and I was so I had such social anxiety. I would bring my guitar with me and, they'd make me sit out in the hallway, because I wasn't supposed to bring my guitar into the room. And so, it was it became so much of my identity, music, and I was good at it. So, it was kind of what I was, that's how I was going to live my life. I was just going to be a songwriter and a musician. And I had some pretty good success along the line. And that's how I identified myself. Did not want to be an actor, never wanted to be an actor because it's the family I came from. So I was no, not doing that. And, through my own self-sabotage, pretty much burned it down pretty much. I know this in hindsight. I didn't know it while it was going on, but you can't show up loaded on the gig and, sometimes I would. And so, or anyway, there was lots of reasons that kind of crashed and burned, but it saved me as a young person. I remember when I was 13 and I'm banging on the piano, teaching myself to play the piano. And my parents just finally moved it into my room so that I could just bang on my piano and write songs. And it was really, it's an interesting thing though, because when you identify yourself with what you do, right? I'm only good because of what I do. Mm-hmm. I've had to relearn that I'm okay even if I don't do that, even if I don't entertain you, even if I don't be the best in the room, even if I don't, I'm still worthwhile. So at an early age, I really learned that my worth was around entertaining. It was just that got me a lot of friends. That got me, even at my grad night in high school, I didn't have a date. I was in the band. I was like, that's how I went to grad night. So, no, I love music. It's still a big part of my life.
It is.
Well, I'm trying to. Right now I have a new little project. I'm trying to put together a choir. That's my newest thing.
Wow.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
I
because
love that.
I know, I love choral singing. So I usually have a band, but I'm just like, I don't want my name on it. I just want to be like a part of something. I don't want to be the center of something. So,
You just want to do it because you love it.
I do. And then, I have to either find other people that want that, or I have to, find a way to subsidize them, which I can do too. So, because, I lived a musician's life for many years, and it's really like, it's gig to gig. So
Right.
I don't want anybody. So I'm figuring all that out.
I was going to ask you, you and I might have to have like personal time soon when you kind of come up for air or whatever, because, my kid's going through a lot and stuff, they're 13, 14, there's a lot going on. And she's like texted me from school, like, if I just had my piano here, I would be okay, but I want to come home. She just like needs it. She needs it so much, but it's the other side of it that me trying to kind of navigate this with her is quite frightening, to be honest, because there's a lot of turmoil there, but music is keeping her okay. It's like she's Katey, she never lets you hear her sing. She finally sent me a video with like, she put an emoji over her face. I'll send it to you. I'm telling you right now, the kid is,
got it.
Yeah. She has the thing.
Wow.
Playing guitar and singing Billie Eilish songs. Like, she's got it. And but it's the only thing that she feels joy in. And I don't want that for her.
Is there a music department at school?
Yeah, she's in the chorus at school.
Okay,
she just had a chorus concert, and they gave her the solo. She got the solo, and stuff like that. So like, there's cool stuff happening, but it's like everything else is chaos.
I know. Well,
I don't know what to do. But maybe we'll just talk about this.
Yeah, maybe we'll just talk about it. But, that's great. Music is such a great gift to have. Yeah. So that's the really good news of that. But yeah, it can be, I understand. Well, she's probably got social anxiety. I mean, I do.
Oh, she's got all the things.
Yeah, she has all the things.
She has all the things. She has the bucket list of things. Not bucket list, that's a terrible thing. She's got the checklist of all the things.
The checklist of all those things, yeah.
The normal things. Yeah.
This is what my youngest daughter had some stuff growing up, just, maturity stuff. And her doctor would always tell me the brain is pliable. In other words, as we get older, I don't think we're like a real human till we're 25, 26?
I think it's 25, 26 before the brain
Something like that. You can rent a car.
Right. But your brain at the same time is also changing. Like, shit's always changing. I mean, if I showed you my Esme now, my 18-year-old, as compared to 10 years ago when she was having some problems, it's like night and day. And we could not be more proud of her and happy for who she is, and getting into colleges, like a bunch of them, and really proud of her schoolwork. I mean, all kind of stuff that, when you have a kid that's got a little bit of stuff or whatever, you're sort of like, I don't know what's going to happen. How's this going to work? But the brain is pliable. And I always have held on to that we change a lot, So whatever they're going through at whatever age, because you guys know you have kids. I mean, they change every 6 months, at least when they're little, they do. They're just like, just when you think you got it down, they're different.
Yeah.
Every time. Every single time.
Yeah.
Well, what was it like working, speaking of like with your kids, working with Jackson?
Oh my God, it was so great.
Was it?
Well, first of all, he plays like a psycho on that show, like like with no conscience. So then his mother gets to be even worse. So that you end up having sort of sympathy for his character because you realize where he came from.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really fun for us. We have sung together before on stage, but we'd never worked as actors together. And we have a super close relationship. We are not like psycho mom and son. And it was really fun to put on different clothes, to be these different people. And for me as his mom, it was just great to see how professional he is and how good he is and how seriously he takes it. And, I've done this a gajillion times. So between takes, I'm like,
Yeah.
And, my concentration is good, but, I can also I can kind of get there in a shorter, you know what I mean? In a shorter amount of time just because I've kind of done some stuff. So, but he is very concentrated. It was fun. It was really fun for us. And I'm hoping we'll see, but they just got picked up for another season. So
oh my God, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Tell him I said congratulations, please.
So I'm just
that made me think about when you came on to Dead to Me. And
it was so great.
We're now having to have this pretty intense conversation. And I don't know, you and I both could feel that it was like we weren't there. And Liz finally came over and she's like, you guys are being too nice to each other. I can't, there's too much love there. And so you need to now make that go away, basically. And we were like, oh, but because we were so enjoying doing the scene.
Together.
I was like, oh my God, it's Katey and I. And even though I'm telling you to go fuck off or whatever, it's like, oh my God, it's Katey. So it was like that. And then, when we finally, we were like, oh, right.
Right. We got all our cuddles out. We got it all.
We got our cuddles out.
And then we were, that was great. I loved being on your TV show, Christina. Such a good TV show.
You were so perfect as Judy's mom. I can't even. It's exactly what you'd think Judy's mom would be. And when they told me, what do you think Katey would do it? I was like, oh my God, I can't see anybody else do it. Nobody else is allowed to do this. So I'm so glad that worked out.
How funny was that one scene where I'm visiting her? No, she's visiting me and we have the exact same hairdo.
Yeah.
I mean, and they nailed it. Exact same hairdo. I just thought it was so funny. It was great.
I mean, you really could be related, the two of you.
Yeah. Thank you.
I love
so sweet.
Katey, will you tell our listeners about your podcast, Pie?
Sure. My husband and I, Kurt Sutter, we started a podcast last year. It's called Pie, which stands for People, Influences, and Experiences. It's probably a little like what you're doing in that we do no research. And we wanted to do it. Oh, well, maybe you do.
But I know you. I just didn't look at it. That's all.
Right.
We do no research.
Okay.
We do none. But I think the focus for us is because we're a married couple, we like to talk a lot about couples and raising kids as compared to how you were raised. And, we don't like to talk too much about what you do professionally and talk more about that kind of stuff. We do it at our house. And it's been really fun for us. We've just really, and because, when you've been married for a long time, right, Jamie?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's not that you don't see each other. You do see each other. But when we get to go and do a podcast together, we're having real conversations. I mean, it's great.
That's so
it's
cool.
Sort of like having a dinner party or something. So that's what our podcast is. And you can get it on all your local, whatever I have known nothing about where it is.
I
but
love
I
that
know
you said
it's
you're
there.
local.
You're whatever.
Just
wherever
local.
you get your podcast from.
Yes. So Spotify.
Yes.
iTunes,
Spotify, Apple, iTunes. Yeah.
And
all that.
Podcasty.
Yes.
Local. Your local.
We are there. Things. That's right. Yes. And we'll be calling both of you soon to come and be on our podcast.
Anytime.
Yes.
Anytime.
We have a good time.
Oh my God. Katey, we're going to let you go because it's now 2 and
I love you guys.
We love you so much. One thing that we do, usually I do this thing called 5 movie game, but I know you too well, so it'd be influenced a little bit too much. So it's like a psychic thing I do.
Oh.
Do you want to do it?
Sure.
Want to try it?
Yeah, I think so.
But see, I know you, so I'm going to know.
Maybe.
But maybe you just don't know one little part of her that she's
I don't know how many movies I've seen. Is it about movies?
No. It's you just tell me your 5 favorite movies, like the movies that you'd watch over and over and over again. Don't think about it. Just go.
Godfather.
Mm-hmm.
Lion King.
Mm-hmm.
13 going on 30. Oh boy. Over and over and over. Braveheart. Possibly. I love Sandra Bullock. So I watch those, what's the Miss Congeniality?
Okay.
Yeah.
I
All right,
like
you guys
those
talk
movies.
while I.
Okay,
you
we'll
are
talk a
so
minute.
all over the place.
What is she going to do?
While she does her little psychic thing, I'll ask you another question.
You're
Katey,
so-
what is something that you still dream to accomplish, or a dream type of project? Or is there anything that you like want to put out in the universe that you would love to do?
Well, I'll tell you right now what I want to do. And Christina will really be surprised at this because I was surprised at it too. But I would like to do a sitcom.
Oh,
And I swore that I would never do it again. I was like, no, I don't want to do that again. I've done that really. But I had an experience where I was on the Connors for the last 3 years. And I realized I do this really well. I do this really well. And I really like the schedule.
The schedule's awesome,
It's
and the
a
money's good, and the
dream.
schedule's awesome.
And all that. And I thought, if I could find somebody that, it's a hard medium to write because it's very, it's really hard to write it.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of in the market for something like that. I just did a job that I absolutely loved, which that's why I was in South Africa. I did this show on Netflix called One Piece, which if nobody's watched it yet, you have to watch it. I'm in the second season live action. It's based on Japanese manga, which Sadie might know about Japanese manga. I don't know. So that's animation, right? So this is the live action version. And it's about these young people that want to be pirates. And it's all about pirates looking for the one piece that will save the world.
Wow.
And I play this iconically cartoon character who's now I've brought to life. She's 140 years old, looks like a fucking rock star. You know what I mean? She's a doctor and a witch. It was so much fun. I had the best time. So I hope everybody will watch that. If you haven't seen season 1, it's on Netflix. It's really good.
We'll look for it.
All right. I don't know. It's hard.
Okay, what did you come up with, Chrissy?
So what I came up with is that there's this desire, I think, when you were younger to like be the prom queen, to be the hero, to be the one that everyone looked to instead of looked away from.
Yeah, 100%. 150% psychic girl. I think that, yes, that's absolutely. I wanted to be the Braveheart, right? I wanted to be beautiful. I never felt beautiful. Do you know what I mean?
That's why I said prom queen. Like all of it just, it's like there's a thematic thing going on here as like the hero. Go ahead. Sorry, I cut you off.
How does Lion King fall into that?
Because you're getting saved from a place like you were. Simba, whatever his name is. I don't know. I've seen it once. Come on.
Oh, you have? Oh my God.
Simba.
Yeah, right. Raising Up.
Raising Up. No, the special one.
Yeah. The special one.
The special
Absolutely.
one.
Yeah. I did want to be the special one. You're right.
Well, Katey, you are beautiful.
Thank you.
Of the ways. All of the ways. And I think that internal beauty is so resonant now. It's like something that you just can't miss. And you have it, like I said, in all.
And she's a hot piece of ass, sexy lady.
Sure is.
Always has been my whole life.
Thank you so much.
Sure is.
Do you want to pull a card?
A little card. Yep.
Doing what?
We pull cards. So we don't look at them. It's all psychic.
Is this two or one?
So
good.
she's going to pull a card and most of the time it is like very creepily exactly what we've talked about. So
I pull it from this deck. Okay.
Tarot?
No, it's a cardboard deck of cards I got at an interior decorating store, and they have beautiful quotes on them. So I'm not through all of them yet. A man should never be ashamed to own that he is wrong, which is but saying, in other words, that he is wiser today than he was yesterday.
Oh, 100% what we talked about.
It is 100% what we talked about. I love that.
I do too. I love that too. That's great, you guys.
Yay.
So fun.
It was so great to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I love you,
so
Katey.
much.
I love you, my Christina. And I know I haven't been over to visit you.
That's okay.
I am publicly saying that I am remiss, and I will make good on that.
I know you will.
And I love you.
I love you so much.
I always love you.
I know.
All right.
I always love you. And so it is.
And so it is.
And so it is.
This show is executive produced by Christina Applegate, Jamie-Lynn Sigler, and Allison Bresnick. Our audio engineer is Josh Windisch.
And if you want to show us some love, don't forget to leave the show a rating or review. Hi, it's Jamie. Thanks for listening.